we open our stage on a soiree, a gathering of the middling rich. It's a first for Eli Warren, enjoying unexpected success due to his breakthrough in magnetic technologies. Eli suffers from a debilitating lung condition, causing chronic fatigue and difficulty breathing. As the condition is advanced, reversal was not an option, but replacement was. In a world where men fly in metal suits, Eli set his entire existence to reverse engineering the advancements of men like Tony Stark, Obadiah Stane, and others. He worked out the problem and found his solution: a harness grappled to his body via a powerful magnetic core. The structure of it circumvented his own body's limitations, circumvented it in surprising ways. The resulting exosuit was strong enough to lift upwards of 75 tons, not to mention providing Eli with a measure of physical protection that can be augmented at a command as the field tightens and the plates across his body close in. While he cannot yet fly or fire beams out of his hands, Eli has broken through the barrier to entry with his invention, and the elite have taken notice. Tonight, they wine and dine him, evaluating the man, seeing if he's worth backing, seeing if he can make them even richer. And Eli needs backing to continue his research, so, adorned in his prototype suit, as much for show as for functionality, as he's practically bedridden without it, Eli makes the most of the night. Unbeknownst to all in attendance, there are other eyes on Eli's premier outing, eyes that see his technology for the taking, along with a hefty sum from all those attendant guests and their valuables. And there's our setup, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Welcome to another episode of Soloplay Sunday, the show where I grab some game or another, roll up a character, make some questionable decisions, and generally hope to entertain you all with my antics. Today we're diving into the Marvel Superheroes Faserip system, the advanced set in particular. As per my Tabletop Tuesday from earlier in the week where I reviewed this set briefly, I have rolled up a brand new superhero, though he doesn't know he's a superhero just yet. This is his premiere outing, his trial by fire, where we find out what kind of metal he has. Get it? Because he's a power suit, he's metal. Dad jokes. Anyhow, I initially rolled up a high-tech wonder, and I love that category. I love the whole Iron Man power suit stuff, especially steampunk, but that's a topic for another day. When I rolled his initial stats, I was shocked by the extraordinarily low endurance. And I leaned into that heavily, looking up, what could debilitate someone's endurance without affecting their fighting agility or strength. I finally settled on a lung condition. It could be, smoking related, or he could have been exposed to some nasty chemicals. Haven't decided just yet. And I decided to leave each stat where it was when I rolled it. This resulted in a pretty brainy dude with his remarkable reason, but also a really strong dude with his excellent strength, which is max human. So this dude is beefy. He's brawny. I got burly dude vibes from him, so when I rolled two talents of science, no surprise there, and weapons, I thought, let's give him guns. I could lean into the tactical choice like marksman that might help him down the line, but that feels very metagamey, and he doesn't have blasters yet, so. But also took electronics. I figured he built his own suit. The suit itself came with four powers. We chose body armor, of course, but also density manipulation, energy touch, and magnetic manipulation. Magnetic manipulation, I made the core of his entire suit design, like the arc reactor is for Tony Stark. Everything is powered by and held together by these magnetic fields. Energy touch made sense with this, probably some kind of static discharge or feedback, something or other. And this gave him the bonus power of resistance to electricity, which again made sense. The density manipulation I decided to look at thematically. His suit is a collection of parts held together by magnetic field, and upon command, he can tighten that field, which increases his body armor and essentially his mass after a fashion, but also makes him clumsy and almost unable to move, dropping his fighting to poor and his agility to feeble. It's not a good situation. Oh yeah, I took the option to increase his body armor's rating by lowering his agility when he's in it. This is an option presented to, I couldn't remember if it was, yeah, I think it was under the high tech wonder entry at character creation. If it's not, it's in the body armor entry in the back with powers. But hey, it's a prototype. He's still working out all the glitches and the kinks and so on and so forth. Now, let's see what's happening at that rich folks party. So as we can see, this is the mansion. We're actually repurposing the Adventures mansion. Don't tell anybody. But we've got two areas where the party is going on. Here's Eli. He's being countered by two potential investors hoping to make money off him. And we've got other groups talking in here. The main entrance could be either way. This is the back way. This is the front way. So, but yeah, we got our Universal Resorts table. We've got our D100s. These are the same ones I've been using for decades. Blue goes first. Now, another thing that I decided to do with this one is that I am repurposing the Dragonbane, the solo rules in Dragonbane, because I really like how they have this NPC attack table, and you roll on it to determine what is the NPC doing at any particular time. And I love the variety of that because I have a tendency to think, tactically. So my villains and my heroes tend to be like, okay, what's the best possible tactical thing I can do in this situation? Well, human beings don't always think like that. So it's kind of unrealistic. I like the randomness of this. This is more interesting. So yeah, anyway. So here we are. This is our setup. We're having the soiree. When there's notification from the front that or I'm sorry, there's a notification from the back where the driveway and the parking are, and the garage and such that there is a disturbance, and they're not really sure what's going on. The butler's going around saying like, there's no need to panic or whatever, blah blah blah. However, making his grand entrance in here, a figure, armored, and looking a bit like that guy from the third down. Throws open the doors after having subdued the guards. He says, "Hello, everyone. I am the Beetle. Well, one of the Beetles. And I have been hired tonight to relieve not only all of you from all your valuables and whatever cash you may have on you, but also, where is Eli Warren? I was sent here to find Eli Warren and to relieve him of his armor suit." So, Eli, only being, a couple spaces away, is obviously seeing this and hearing it and just kind of like, oh my goodness, okay, who is the psychopath? So, Eli, we're going to say, since he has that huge, massive strength, that he is actually, yes, a brawny, upfront kind of guy, and he's going to make his way into this room. He's going to be like, I'm Eli Warren, blah, blah. The Beetle says, hey, take off your suit, hand it over, nobody gets hurt. And Eli's like, I can't take it off. And he explains how, the suit is what keeps him from being bedridden, and it takes him, a considerable amount of time to disrobe. So the Beetle's just kind of like, are you kidding? He's just like, okay, well, I was hired to get the suit, so I guess I'm going to have to do something about you. So, there's no surprise round. We start round one straight up. All combatants are aware of each other. Okay. So, Marvel Superheroes Faserip game. Initiative. Each side rolls a d10. Whoever rolls higher gets to go first. The initiative is modified by combatants' intuition rank. Beetle has a remarkable, which is much better than Eli's good. So, look on the table. Mark rolls in the range of 30. So the initiative modifier is a +2. Green is Beetle. He has a 4 initiative. Eli has good intuition, which is 10-ish. So he has no initiative modifier, so he's just rolling straight up, and he rolls a 7. So he actually rolls higher even with the modifier. So he gets to go first. Now, to keep the gameplay moving, we're not going to roll initiative every single round. I hardly ever do that with any games because it bogs things down. It can be exciting when you got a table full of people and they're all jazzed up and such, but this is solo play. We got to keep it moving. All right, and if things get out of hand, we have Pumpkin here with us today, and he has his glasses on, so he has his secret identity. So we don't know he's actually a super baby Deegan right now. So Eli actually goes first, which is surprising. So he's going to hold and see what Beetle is going to do because he's not a combat person. He's had some training. I'm going to say with the talent guns and the typical fighting, he's had some training. But anyway, rolling on the Dragonbane NPC attack table, we get, since it's melee range, I'm going to say he's a melee attacker, and we get Intimidating Rage. The NPC roars or rampages. So Eli is going to. So Beetle's just kind of like, ah, he does the roar. Eli resists with his Psyche of Good. Rolls a 25, which is a white result. You can see, we get the 25, the good rank arrives at a white result. That is a fail. Eli is actually stunned for a second. He's just kind of like, whoa, what is this guy's problem? So we're going to say first round is actually lost for Eli. Eli does not get to go first. Beetle is actually going to surprise him since he roared and scared him. Beetle's going to give him a punch. He's going to give him a little punch, let him know he's in a fight. 62 with a Fighting of Good. Fighting of Good is a green result on blunt attacks, which is a hit. So Beetle does 30 points of damage to Eli's battle armor, basically. Eli's battle armor has excellent 16 resistance to physical attack, so the 30 damage is reduced by 16 down to 14. Eli has 79 health, not hit points. So that drops him to 65. So Krang kind of knocks him back a bit. He's just, he kind of wobbles up against the wall like, whoa, 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 whoa. And so round 2. Eli knows he's in a fight. He overcomes his stage fright and decides, hey, this guy's going to punch me, I'm going to punch him back. His fighting right now is typical. It is is good in the battle suit. It's enhanced by the battle suit, so his fighting right now is good. It's not he rolls a 98. Oh, you want to punch somebody, huh? Okay. Now this is where, see, Eli's battle suit. Eli has that excellent strength, maximum human strength. And when I was rolling the modifiers, he rolled insanely well on strength. It actually got +4 column shift. So when he's in the suit, he has monstrous strength. He's as strong as She-Hulk. He's almost as strong as Hulk and Thor. In just absolutely mind-blowing levels of strength. And now he has rolled a 98 on his blunt attack with his good fighting, which is a red result. It is a stun. So Eli just hammered Beetle, just walloped him. Beetle's suit only has excellent protection. It only stops 20 points of damage coming through. Eli's monster strength is actually only 63 since he's a brand new hero. He doesn't have the full 75. He starts out at 63 and has to build up. So 63 minus 20 is 43 points of damage to Beetle. That more than halves him. Brings him down to 27 health, I believe, unless my math is off. Regardless, man, he just got walloped. He got hammered. Now, since Eli has scored a red result, a stun result, now Beetle has to roll his endurance. His endurance is excellent. He's trying to resist the stun. He rolls a 56. Solid is a green, which is a result in stunning for 1 round. So round 3, this round and round 3, Beetle just loses his action. He's just laying there seeing stars. He's not quite sure where he is right now. So Eli picks him up, just kind of like, what is your deal? What was your freaking problem? You just walk in here trying to steal people's properties and such. So, Eli's just kind of like, somebody call the cops. Let's get this guy locked up. Or call the Avengers. Call somebody. And everybody's clapping. Everybody's just like, yeah, great job, Eli. And Eli's looking around like, wow, okay. I guess I'm a superhero now. He just took out a supervillain. Round 4. Once Beetle finally comes around, I am actually going to check something. I'm going to check something on D10. Oh, okay, never mind. I was actually checking to see, I was going to say, okay, 1d10 rounds after Beetle starts his assault, something is going to happen. This is a contingency plan by Beetle that I thought about before this encounter started because I wanted to showcase more than just combat. So, Beetle starts laughing, and he's just kind of like, you're not going to be able to hold me. And Eli's just like, why not? I've got you right now. Eli's monster strength is, Beetle has no chance of moving. But there's a roar in the distance, a thundering, and Beetle's just kind of like, oh, the lock and dam up the river. Well, I sabotaged that, and the water should be hitting the place just about now. Okay, so roaring distance, this another repurposed map. Just to get the general idea, we have cliffs and outcroppings, and we have this secluded little mansion home where the soiree is going on. We have a couple areas, and this is what is normally a very tame, nice little river, very scenic. Great for rich people to look out over and enjoy the spoils of their wealth. But right now, the lock and dam upstream has been sabotaged by the beetle. The water is cascading down, and this is a bottleneck. It will absolutely flood this. Who knows what kind of damage would result from this? So Eli is just going to have to, with his remarkable reason, he's going to have to jump into action. So his big advantage in this, now he does have magnetic manipulation, but it's nowhere near as strong as his brute strength. So going with that, he's kind of thinking like, I need to either get these people to safety somehow, and luckily there's only, about a half dozen of them. So he tells everybody, hey, get up on the roof. He very quickly, he's going to make a reason feat. And look at the bottleneck here. It's 78. Not bad. Not bad at all. And on Remarkable, that is a yellow. So that is a success. And so he's kind of thinking, like, okay, if I had more time, I could probably bottleneck this with some material. He's absolutely strong enough to relocate some material there, but he doesn't have the time. He's only got, that's what I rolled the d10. He has 2 rounds. So he has to make the best use of the 2 rounds he has. He tells everybody to get up on the top floor, and so the half dozen people will, I'm sure this is a rich person house, so it's got at least 2 floors. So they're going up to the second, maybe the third floor to escape the flooding. So the beetle's going to attempt to tuck the bug out. I'm going to give Eli an agility check to see if he can react and grab him. 17, no, that he does not. He's just kind of like, oh crap, the guy got away. So, but you know what he can do? He has monster strength. He can leap. He can't really race up the stairs. His endurance is very low. His agility is very low. He's not a sprinter, so he's going to leap up to a higher level. So that's going to be agility. He's going to commit temporary karma to this. He's got 42 points. He'll commit at least 10. Rolls a 74. Not bad. Not bad. So with his normally poor agility is a green. He's going to dump 20 points into it, give or take. He's going to get himself to a yellow result. So that's 86. So he'll commit 12 points of temporary karma. So he jumps up to a balcony. He escapes the onrushing water. And even though the beetle got away, he did essentially save the day. And he'll be able to help with the cleanup crew efforts. I kind of figured that monster strength of his would prove problematic, but my poor little solo play characters have been taking a beating lately, and I don't feel particularly bad when a bad guy gets some righteous comeuppance. But things played out more or less how I'd imagined them. I wanted the twin threats of Beetle's actual assault and his backup of flooding the place, which he planned to do regardless. That actually stemmed from another use of the Dragonbane solo rules. I rolled on the inspiration and I said, rescue ancient barrier. And I was like, well, what is an ancient barrier? And I was like, well, it's probably a dam, locker dam or some such like that. I mean, outside of stuff like the Great Wall, I didn't want to go that big. So I was just like, yeah, and then I found a map where it had a mansion next to us, a source of water. And I was like, oh, that's it. He's gonna rob these people and flood the place. And yeah, okay. So But yeah, I wanted the twin threats, uh, and I had hoped Eli might have a little bit more time to, find something more heroic to do in relation to the flood. But the dice said no, so it was what it was. But he did save the day. And that's how he's going to be painted in the media, a hero, the guy who took out the beetle with a single punch. And we're definitely calling that a win. I mean, what a hit! I mean, sure, I could have stood for a fight to go a little longer, but what a dramatic, awesome hit! A 98 right out of the gates, the very first attack he's ever thrown, just a crushing blow, taking Beetle right out of the game. Just boom! Loved it. Was absolutely awesome. But now, I have yammered on enough, folks. I am going to pass turn and let y'all get your own game on, and I hope they're epic. Thank you, one and all, that tuned in with me today. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope I entertained y'all. Now, get out there, y'all, and roll some dice hero. Gather around the table, make those memories. Maybe pop in a good movie when you're done, or watch a cartoon, read a comic. Make sure you drink a little water and get a little exercise. And as always, have a good one.